John Paton, the missionary titan to the South Seas, was a great evangelist because he loved the souls of his countrymen before he loved the souls of the cannibals. John G. Paton was born in Scotland to godly parents on May 24th, 1824, the eldest of 11 children. There are many reasons it should not be surprising that Paton became a great missionary. Paton grew up in a warm, Christ-centered home. His father was a simple sock manufacturer that had always wanted to be a missionary. Later on in life, when Paton was on the verge of sailing across the world, his mother revealed to him a family secret. When you were given to them, your father and mother laid you upon the altar, their firstborn, to be consecrated, if God saw fit, as a missionary of the cross. And it has been their constant prayer that you might be prepared, qualified, and led to this very decision. The Paton household overflowed with gospel warmth, catechisms, and long walks to church. Daily family worship was the highlight of the day and a non-negotiable. The children used to gather around the elder Paton on their knees as he tearfully poured out his heart in prayer for the heathen around the world. When Paton was in his early 30s, a call went out for new missionaries to the cannibals on the South Sea Islands of the New Hebrides. When no one stepped forward, Paton volunteered. To everyone's shock, one old Christian stood up and said, "The cannibals! You will be eaten by the cannibals." Paton's reply is one for the ages. "Mr. Dixon, you are advanced in years now, and your own prospect is soon to be laid in the grave, there to be eaten by worms. I confess to you that if I can but live and die serving and honoring the Lord Jesus, it will make no difference to me whether I am eaten by cannibals or by worms. And in the great day, my resurrection body will arise as fair as yours in the likeness of our risen Redeemer." Paton left for the islands with his new 19-year-old wife just a month before his 34th birthday. The natives were murderous and ignorant, having no written language and making idols over nearly everything, including trees, bugs, volcanoes, and fingernails. A few months after arriving, Paton's wife and newly born son died of malaria. He buried them arm in arm in the same grave, saying he almost went mad with grief beside the lonely grave. Despite the indescribable grief, he stayed at his post of duty for the next 4 years, translated portions of the scriptures in the Tanese language, won a few converts, and started a half a dozen mission stations. He was running for his life nearly every day, often sleeping with his clothes on so as to be ready to escape at a moment's notice. God repeatedly protected Paton from certain death. Many of the chiefs were devil worshippers and were determined to kill the missionary. Once, when Paton entered a hut to help a sick patient, a chief put a butcher's knife to Paton's heart. On another occasion, he determined to dig a well for the people. No one would help him. They only laughed, for everyone knows that water falls from the sky, not the ground. Day after day he dug, growing more discouraged with each meter he descended. Then, water came. The gospel spread quickly after that. He was the only missionary left on the island when he found a ship that took him to safety in Australia. After 4 years of galvanizing missionary zeal in Australia and Scotland, he married Margaret Whitecross and returned to the New Hebrides, this time to the neighboring island of Aniwa. He died at age 82, old enough to see thousands of converts singing to Jesus. He wrote, "Our own Anitium, 3,500 cannibals have been led to renounce their heathenism. On our New Hebrides, more than 12,000 cannibals have been brought to sit at the feet of Christ.